So we're going to work with using the circular function, the circular pattern thing, in 3 dimensions. But before we can do that, we have to actually make a 2-dimensional sketch to create an object. So we're going to do 2D sketch, XY plane, and let's see, zoom out a little bit. And we'll just start with a center point, just a 2-point center rectangle. We'll anchor that to the origin here. We'll make it a square. So we're going to make it, let's make it 1.5 tab 1.5. You can dimension it. You can make this the rectangle, then dimension it, or you can dimension it while you're still making it, like I just did. All right, next we're going to do circle. So we're going to click here in the origin, and we're going to make a circle that's, let's say 9.5 inches diameter. Now we'll do a new feature. Let's try this thing called offset. So we're going to click on offset and click on our circle, and this is going to create another circle that is offset, that is just and this number that shows up here is how far away from the original circle it is. So let's just make one that's 0.5 inches away from the original and hit enter. All right, so we have 2 circles, one offset from the other, and a rectangle there. And that should do it for now. We're going to finish that sketch. We're going to extrude the center rectangle and this wheel-like thing. Let's go 0.7. No, 1 inch is fine. We'll do 1 inch and hit OK. Okay. Now we're going to do a sketch off of this face. What our goal here is to make a circular, like a cylinder that runs from the center of this rectangle all the way to this inner edge of this. So we're going to do a right click there on that surface, and we're going to go new sketch. That's a little weird because you can't really see the thing we're sketching. We're going to make sure that everything comes through. We're going to hit project geometry, and this is the top edge of it. And you know what? We'll click the left and right edge just to make sure of that, and the bottom edge here. So we'll get them all. They all should show up now fairly well when we need them. All right, and we are going to put a circle that is in the center of this rectangle. So here's the bottom edge of the rectangle that we can't really see. Here's the top edge, left and right. So you'll notice these green dots keep showing up. They're the midpoints. So I want to line it up with the midpoint of that rectangle and the midpoint of the right side right there. Click once, and I move, let's just go 0.5 inches on this. Now, if you'll notice, it's not actually dimensioned yet. It's still green. So what we're going to do is, we're going to dimension it. We're going to hover over, we're going to find the center of our circle, right there. Click there, click this side, click again, and whatever it says, that's fine, hit enter. We just want to lock it into position. It's just a formality. So between here and, make sure I get this right, and here, whatever it is, 0.75, that's fine, hit enter. Now you'll notice that it's dark blue and it's in place. All right, so we finished our sketch. Go home here, and we are going to extrude that circle. Here's a cool feature. We want to go all the way to this surface here. Now that surface is curved. So like, how far do I go? Well, the cool thing is the computer will take care of this for us. We're going to go here to where it says extent or extents and drop down and just say to next. And it will take it until all parts of that hit the next surface. And we're going to hit check. Now, we are going to now do this same thing off this face, and this one. You could go and do it again, but this is where the circular function, the circular pattern comes into play. So we click on that. We click on the feature that we want. Now everything's going to light up, so just be patient. There you go. You want these 2 end circles, and just those 2 end circles. Those 2 right there. So you just click Click there, and now that one's blue, and if you look over here, this one's blue as well. So we've selected the right thing. Oh, we need a rotational axis. I don't have one. All right, so let's cancel this. So one of the things I neglected to do before we did this is I need an axis around which to rotate it. So this is all new stuff. We need to create an axis that goes right through the center of this plane right here, because that's where we want to rotate it around. So there's a few ways we can do this. I'm going to go and say, let's do this. Let's see if we can put a point. Let's see. Let's rotate around this side so we can see it. So if I hit center point, does it allow me to put a point there? Let's try. Let's try an axis. We're going to try this. We're going to say axis through the center point, and not that way. Not on the z-axis. Let's try that. There it is. Maybe. Yep. There it is. All right. So let's go back and look at what Wellborn just did. So I need an axis that goes through the center. So I go axis. All right. So I want it to go through the center point. But the problem is there's multiple ways to go through that point. You could go through like that, left to right. You could go up and down. Or what we want is, we want this one, front to back. We want the z-axis. So I hover over that over here on the left in the browser. I find what I want. I click. If you want to help see it, you can click on these circle things at the end and drag them out. That'll help you see the axis we're talking about. Now I can go back and do my circular pattern, because I can select the feature like we talked about. Come on, you can do this. Sometimes it likes to select all of them, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna make sure we get it right. Let's try this. I had some success over here. Come on. If we stay there long enough, we might get the opportunity to select one of them. Let's see if it does that. Usually a little box will show up. Not showing up right now though, is it? Well, let's try again. There it is. Don't ask me why. When in doubt, just click on other things. Eventually, we want just what you see there. Now we're going to select the axis. Now that I picked it, I click here and I select the axis to be this. Now, this is telling me it's going to put 6 of them in there. I only want 4 of them. There's only 4 sides of that square. So we're going to change this to 4. Hit OK. And boom. And it puts the other 3 in. So there's 4 total. It took a little bit longer than I would have liked. I'm sure I could have done a better job, but that's all right. So we learned some things there about how to make an axis using the origin stuff here, and about the circular feature. That's not too bad at all. Now, one more thing I want to do. I would like to fillet some of these edges. So this, I like to round them out, and then all the edges on the square. So this. So you would do this if this was going to be a toy or something. You wouldn't want the edges to be that pointy. You don't want somebody, cutting themselves on it or whatever. So you would try to do that with as many of the edges as you could. You could even do it with the inside edges of this if you wanted. It's fine with me. There we go. And I think that's all of them. Check. And that should smooth it out a little bit. Of course, you could change the size of the fillet if you wanted, but that looks good to me. All right. Save that, then screenshot it, call it 3D circular, and today's date and your name on the file, and submit me a screenshot of that.